First up, at UFC Vegas 56, we have Erin Blanchfield taking on JJ Aldrich. Erin Blanchfield is 8-1 overall. She's 5-0 in her last 5, and she's coming off that great win over Miranda Maverick. JJ Aldrich is 11-4 overall. She's 4-1 in her last 5, and she's riding a nice 3-fight win streak. And Erin Blanchfield is a nasty grappler, and she showed people just how good her wrestling can be as well in her last fight. She also has solid striking, but that is never her path to victory. Using her wrestling to get on top, work her grappling, and just control from there is always her path to victory. Erin's still young. She's still cleaning things up, but she's improving quickly, and honestly, by this time next year, she could be a contender at this weight class. And JJ Aldrich is a decision machine. She's a decision striker, or a decent striker, with good takedowns, really good top pressure if she does, she's able to get there. She fights well within her skill set, though, and she doesn't really take any risks, and that's why she has so many decisions. And she's primarily a striker, but she does have a negative striking differential, meaning she gets hit more than she hits other people, even though striking is her path to victory. But she does rely on her volume, just constant forward pressure, constant volume to get it done. And the most interesting thing about this fight, and maybe it's not super interesting, but for some reason in my head, like JJ Aldrich has been around forever, had a ton of fights, is sort of a veteran at this point. And then I'm doing the graphics, I'm doing the research, I'm like, yeah, that's right. She has 15 fights. Like, she really is not that experienced, hasn't been around that long. In my head, she had about 30, and I was factoring that in. And then once I start digging in, it's like, no, there's not really a big experience gap between these two. Obviously, JJ's had more UFC level opponents than Erin Blanchfield has, but I don't think it's going to matter much. I think the skill set is too wide of a gap for that to even be a factor. So I was really impressed with Blanchfield.
Clean it up. 2 weeks off. Let's clean it up.
It's a mess. I was impressed with Erin Blanchfield's last fight, her composure, her ability to just stick to a game plan. She just kept taking down Miranda, would control Miranda. I think it's more the same here. I think Erin Blanchfield absolutely dominates. And before I go to you, Jakey boy, a moneyline bet makes no sense at these odds right now, especially in women's MMA. What I do think might work here is, you guys always hear us talk about the plus 3.5 bet, where you buy a round, right? And all the person you're betting on needs to do is win a round on their own. There's also a minus 3.5 bet, where you're positive somebody's going to win at least a 30-27, not give up a single round. I think Erin Blanchfield, I think that's what we have here. I don't think Erin Blanchfield is going to give up a round. So we'll see what those odds are, but I might do a minus 3.5, and all I'll need Erin Blanchfield to do is win win inside the distance, or win a decision that's 30-27. And honestly, I don't think that's insane. What do you think? Oh, and if you want that bet, you're only going to get it at weonpicks.com/bets. We have 5 partners. BetOnline is the one and only partner that does those buy around or sell around bets. What do you think?
For God's sake, sign up, use our code, get your free money. JJ actually has a path to victory in this fight, and that is with pressure. Unfortunately, she is not one of those pressure volume strikers. She kind of just sits back. She's a very good striker, but she does kind of sit back at times, and that's why she is such a decision machine. And Erin Blanchfield, the way that she dominated Miranda Maverick was absolutely impressive. The thing that she had going for her in that fight was, I don't think anyone expected her to use the grappling as well as she did. So Miranda Maverick, you could tell, was kind of thrown off with the grappling, with the wrestling, and the pressure in that right. JJ Aldrich is going to know what to expect in this fight, right? She's going to know that the takedowns, the shots are coming. And if you watch JJ, she has some pretty good sprawls. They're not the best. She doesn't have the best takedown defense, but she has pretty good takedown defense. So if you can pressure Erin, put her on her back foot to get those shots to be a little bit more telegraphed, get your sprawls, eke your way to a decision, she could, maybe win this fight. But I mean, the play for this fight, with her last performance especially, was so impressive against somebody that is a better fighter than JJ Aldrich. I mean, all around, Miranda Maverick is a better fighter. That surprised everyone. It surprised me 100%. So Erin Blanchfield is the play in this fight. She's probably going to be able to get the takedowns and control JJ. So I mean, but I do like that minus 3.5 bet that you're playing.
I don't see her giving up a round, or actually the other way around. I don't see JJ being able to take a round. So, yeah, I mean, you going to follow that bet, or are you thinking of something else for yourself?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't bet anything that you would bet. To be honest with you.
Okay, well then.
Not the last few weeks,
Enjoy looking for bridge loans. DraftKings wise, though, Erin Blanchfield, $9,600. That's a ton of money. That's like stoppage type money. So I imagine she's going to score pretty well because she will get takedowns. She will get control. I don't know if she's going to get a submission win here. If you think she'll get a submission win in the first or second round, then yes, she's worth $9,600 in DraftKings. If not, and I don't think she does, I don't know if she's worth it. She'll get takedowns, she'll get control, but $9,600, you got to spend, I don't know. She's got to earn, 150 points to make that worth it? 120, 130? What do you think? I mean, maybe she is worth it.
She's going to be in my lineup. I think if I remember right, she was threatening Miranda a few times. I think at the end of the second or third round, she had an arm bar. Miranda was holding on for dear life. Please, God, don't take my arm. She's nasty, man. And to the fact that she's only 23 years old is insane. She is going to be a problem. She's going to be in my DraftKings lineup 100%.
Well, as long as she's got to improve the striking because eventually.
But does she?
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to take everybody down.
I know. In women's MMA, if you're a over the top wrestler in MMA, women's MMA, I don't know if you need to improve the striking. There's just such a wide gap that when people, I don't know, there's just not a lot of women's wrestlers, and if you can be one of those wrestlers, I don't know if she needs to, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe she will be worth that $9,600 strike line, though. I think it's going to be less, frankly. 95 is a lot, and I understand Erin Blanchfield is going to spend a lot of time on top, but she does look for submissions instead of pounding away. So I don't think she'll get to past 95 strikes. And JJ Aldrich is going to be on her back and defending takedowns, so I don't think she's going to get past 62. What do you think?
1 second. Jester said Blanchfield trying to show some skin lately on Insta, so I don't know what you were saying. I got some research to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, you guys want to bet on that strike line? Go to weonpicks.com/MKF. Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy. All you need to do is bet the more or less on a strike line, and you can triple your money. Stop creeping. We're moving on to the next fight, Jacob.